you don't like it, you know before you say anything, which is enjoyable to watch. And then your wife is just. What? Yeah.
All right, good afternoon, everybody, or good evening, whatever it is. It's 6:03. We're starting a little bit late, but thank y'all for your patience. Some of us are still coming in and finding where the band room is, or getting here as quick as we can. I'm going to try to make this meeting as informationally full as possible while keeping it really short. But I want to respect your time and make sure that you have a chance to get on with your evening as well. If you would, try to save questions until the end. I'm all about you having a phone out, write down the question, whatever is going to go back to. I'm going to try to get it straight through in the stream of consciousness, and then we'll go back and grab any of the questions that you may have or things that we want to talk about or go more in depth. So let's start with what would the trip look like? And am I doing the right one? I hope so. That is not the right one. There it is. Okay. So, that is way too small. Y'all can't see that. See if that makes it any better. Okay, so we would leave on a day one and fly overnight in London. And I'm going to let you just kind of read what that looks like. You don't need me to read that to you. Can you all see that? Is that too far away? Is that still too small? Can't see it? I can kill some lights. Does that help at all? Is it still too far away? Okay, so that's what the first day would look like. And when you leave this meeting, you're going to have a link to this as well. But just so you kind of see what we're talking about. But you're going to have a link to all of this stuff. You're going to pull out your phone at the end. You're going to scan a QR code, and you're going to have all of this information we're going to go over right now. But I know if it was me and I gave you the QR code now and I was sitting out there, I'd just be looking at that, not really paying attention. Not that I know your kids at all. So this is still, so that's the end of day 3. Day 4. Putting a music clinic in there during that time. Now, you may or may not notice every breakfast and every dinner is included in the purchase price of the trip. Lunches are on their own. But oftentimes, the breakfast and the dinner is so good, they don't need a whole lot of lunch, except for those of you that have children who are empty, cavernous wastelands that can never be filled. But really, we make sure that they're going to at least get 2 really good meals a day. Doing a Broadway show out on the West End. We're at day 5. And now we're going over to Normandy. And we are now over into France, I believe. Yeah. So now we've made our way into France on day 6. And now we're staying in a different hotel in France. Have you been? Yeah. Day 8. And then finally on day 9, we're flying back to Orlando. So it is 9 days that we will be going. The part of your trip also would include the flight and all the hotel information and all the bus transportation. That'd be part of that. So the flight is included, the transportation is included, the hotel, and then the breakfast and the dinner, all included in part of it. So I wish I could tell you all that it's free. It is not free. So let's talk about the money is. The money is $4,150 per person. That sounds like so much money to me, and it is a lot of money. There's no way around it, but we actually broke it down. It ends up on a per day basis being cheaper than it was to go to New York, which is crazy. I had no idea. But it's one of those things that we felt like if we're gonna go to Europe, we're gonna go to Europe. We're not gonna fly over there, spend all that money and spend 2 or 3 days and try to get back. And we're not even doing Europe, I'm sorry. We're doing England and France, but that's what it looks like. So what does that look like for me as a family? This is a payment plan that if you wanted to do quarterly, it would look like what it would be on the right, on the left. On the right would be what it would be if you broke it down by month. Not free. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, not free, but that's what it looks like if you were to make a payment once a month, or if you're to make it quarterly. Now, there is a deposit due October 15th, 2025. So that's coming up here pretty quick so that we know that you're really serious about going. What we have to guard against is a bunch of people saying, I'm going, this will be great. And then we tell the travel company, hey, we've got 110 people going. And then that travel company starts shelling out the money to make those deposits and put deposit down on this and deposit on that. And then people realize, oh, I was just kidding, I'm not going. And all of a sudden we're left holding the bag that we've got to come up with money to pay for that person's deposit that they put in France and in England. So it is a sizable amount of money that we have to put down to get us started right away. But that's where we put it until October 15th, a month and a half away, roughly, before that initial deposit is due. And then you can see that the payments would go through and have everything paid off by January 15th, 2 months before we leave on the trip. Everything would be paid off, and then we're leaving in March. We think it's going to be around March 12th through the 19th or 11th through the 19th, but we're not sure yet because Brevard County Schools hasn't set their spring break dates yet. So as soon as they set their spring dates, we'll know exactly the dates of the trip, but it will be basically the Friday night of spring break through through, I think we leave Thursday night. Well, again, depends on Brevard sets their dates. Sometimes they give us a Friday off before spring break. Sometimes we get the Monday off after spring break. We'll have to look at the calendar, see what works best. We'll be going over spring break. I wish I could also tell you that, hey, if you want a chaperone, we can pay for you. Unfortunately, we can't. That's just not the way it is. The chaperone and the student price is the same. That's just simply what it is. I wish I could tell you something different. But that's what it is. We do need lots of chaperones. Chaperones are more than welcome to go with us. A few things, if you've ever traveled with us before or you've done trips in the States, oftentimes student trips are 4 to a room. That doesn't exist in Europe. All the hotel rooms are too small. So in Europe, we'll go 2 people per hotel room. Every once in a while, they'll have a larger room on the corner and we can put 3 people in that room. Basically, it's 2 people per room. Brevard County School has set the policy that students who stay together must be of the same biological gender. I don't know if that's politically correct to say or not, but I'm telling you the rules on what it is that we have to follow. If you are going as a chaperone and you want to stay in the room with your child, you are more than welcome to do that. You can stay with your child. Most childs look at their parents and say, oh no, you go. I want my own room. But whatever it is, if you would like to stay with your child, you definitely can do that. That is a possibility. And since it is only 2 to a room, that cuts down on a whole lot of other things that may come up or options. If you are a person who says, I have to have my own room, I need my space, you can do that. They'll charge you more. They have to take whatever that amount they're going to put towards your hotel, they've got to double that part. So I would guess around $1,000 more if you needed your own room. Just that's just what it is. But a lot of us can figure out a way to get along with somebody for 9 days if there's just 2 of us in the room. Okay, so that's the big bird's eye view from way up on top. That's what the trip looks like. That's what the trip costs. This is the breakdown of payments. These payments have to be made on these schedules, because as we go, we're making those payments over to the companies. And we're doing this, and I'm going to say the word cheaply, and I understand this is not cheap. But compared to what it would cost if I tried to do it myself, this is a way cheaper trip. And we get it so cheap because we buy early and we buy in bulk. But then we have to be doing it as we go. So there is going to be, and we're working with a company right now, is on the phone today, because we have so much time. But we're looking at, there's going to be certain non-refundable days. Like once you hit a certain day, we can't give you your money back. So, and we'll publish that well in advance so you know what it is. But at some point, whatever you paid up to this point, and you say, hey, plans have changed, we can't go. At that point, I'm saying, I'm sorry, we've already taken that money, we've already spent it, and we can't refund your money. One payment that I can say 100% is refundable is the deposit. If you make this deposit and we don't get enough people to go to reach critical mass, then everybody gets their money back. If you say, we want to go, we're putting our $400 down, we're ready to hit it, and then there's only 3 other people besides you that decide they want to go, we don't have enough people to make the trip work, and everybody would get their $400 deposit back, minus whatever processing fees that they charge us. And processing fees for this particular trip, we will not be taking any cash or checks. Everything is going to be done online through Booster Hub. Most of us that are currently in Titusville High School are members of Booster Hub already. If you are an 8th grader visiting us, thank you for coming. That's super awesome. We're excited about you being a 9th grader. We want to make sure tonight before you leave, we get your family signed up into Booster Hub so that you can get information if you decide you want to go on the Europe trip. And if you decide you don't want to go, we still have you in there for when you become a 9th grader next year. But we want to make sure if you are parents or even students of students that are not currently at Titusville High School students, we got to get you in Booster Hub tonight before you leave so we can make all those things happen. Everybody with me so far? We're good? All right. Thank you all for saving your questions. I love it. I love it. I love it. Nothing I'm saying hopefully is too crazy or too weird. When you decide that you do want to go, you're going to fill out the Europe Trip 2027 interest form. We're calling it an interest form because this is not official until we have enough people sign up and people do the deposit. Once that happens, then we know we can tell everybody on October 16th, hey, we're a go. We are good, we're happening. Or on October 16th, we'll tell all the people that put their deposit down, I'm sorry, we didn't reach critical mass. We're going to give you your money back. So you're going to, on this form, who is registering for the Europe trip? And you will say, I'm registering a student only, or I'm registering the student and parent guardian as a chaperone. Student first name, student last name, student email, student contact number. Student first name, last name, student email are required. You can even use a school email. Student contact number is not, because oftentimes students don't have cell phone numbers, but if they do, it's a great place to put it in here. Year the student is projected to graduate. I cannot believe I wrote the number 2030. How are there people that are graduating 2030? I am so, Robert, we're not old. We're just experienced. All right. Then we're going to put parent guardian first name, parent guardian last name, parent contact number, parent guardian email. Alternate guardian email if you want a second one. Understand that my deposit of $400 online only per person is due no later than October 15th. Click, and then you're going to choose the payment option. I like the quarterly payment. I like the monthly payment. 2 parents want to go with 1 student. Great, we love it. Fill out the form 2 separate times, please. You're going to put the student's name twice. We're not going to enroll them twice. Well, some of us, Robert is smart enough to figure that out. So Robert will fix that for me so that it doesn't come out wrong. But we do need all that information every time. I'm only sending my student. Why do I need my information? Because we got to be able to contact you too. I'm sure that your lovely child gives you every single piece of information about everything that happens every single day. You never miss anything from your child. But just in case, maybe your neighbor's child is not as good about communication. So we need to have all the parent information at that point too, to do all of those things and make all those things happen so that we can get that in and start making those things happen. That's one of the easy ones. That is not what I was looking for. This one I'm looking for. Okay, so, and we went over that. There's a parent permission form. You all have signed them. Forever. We'll send these home later once we have the exact dates, but it's the same thing we use for school. There's one more parent form that we're going to ask you to fill out on that. And now let's get down to some things that you probably already know, but I'm just going to say them out loud so that we're aware. Everybody has to have a passport. Passports are easy to get, relatively speaking. And on this will be and I wrote it down. I don't know what I did with my yellow piece of paper, but it's easy to get one. We'll send you the link. Get that process started. If you decide we're going, do the process now. For whatever reason, there's always 1 out of every 10 people that seem to have some kind of goofy thing happen with their passport. Just get it started now. If you have a passport, you can renew online without doing anything at all. If your passport, and then your passport lasts for anywhere between 5 and 10 years. Thank you. So you get it done now, it'll be fine. If you have a passport and it is going to expire anywhere inside of 2027, renew it now. Renew it now, but it's not expiring until December 2027. I don't care. Renew it now because you just don't want to deal with any of that headache, any of that kind of stuff that can happen as you start to move in that direction. So that's something once you decide, October 15th, I put my money down. October 16th, we say we are golden, we're going to go. Passport right then, just go and get the process started. Easy, and then you have to worry about it again. Phones. I don't know how many of you traveled to overseas. I don't. Mr. Rohr does all the time. But Mr. Rohr told us, and other people have told us, super easy to get your phone to be able to work if you have one of the major carriers. Some carriers do it by the day. You can decide to turn it on for these particular days. Some do it by the month. They'll charge you a little bit, but it's not ridiculously expensive. But your phones will work over in Paris and London.
You can also get an eSIM as well if your phone is unlocked to do that, and that can be as cheap as $35 for the whole month.
So, and we'll send out options as we get closer to it. Yes, it is true. And I'm sorry for those of you that I'm talking down to. If you already knew this is stuff that's new to me. I mean, I kind of knew it, but I didn't know how it worked. England, and our plugins for our phones and our computers and things like that don't work in England, don't work in Paris. So you need to buy a $20 adapter that will allow you to plug those things in. But don't go over expecting the 2-prong to go on the wall. It ain't going to happen. Also, and I'm just going to say it now because I'll probably forget later. If you are a person who is big on curling irons, or you have to have a certain perfect hair dryer to get the blowout, figure out something to do for this trip. Because those particular things draw a lot more power, and some of the hotels we're going to be staying in aren't set up to do that, and you'll blow the fuse, or you'll melt down your adapter, or all kinds of issues will happen. So just be aware. You're going to rough it for a couple of days and use whatever hair dryer they have there and look normal. You're not picking up guys there anyway, so it'll be fine. Well, I don't know, maybe. I mean, you never know.
The same.
No, they're
So,
Yeah.
right. And so it's a different adapter for London than it is for Paris, but there's universal ones for about $20 that have both connected in them, and you can turn it back and forth. Other things I want to make sure that I talk about just so that we're aware. Travel insurance. Travel insurance is something that you can buy a policy on, and there's all different kinds of travel insurance. And I'm going to send you the link to it if you decide you want to go, and you can decide what kind of travel insurance you want. There's the travel insurance that says if you decide not to go and any part of your trip is non-refundable, they'll give you the money back. If you want to do that one, you have to buy that insurance within 14 days of making your first payment to us. That's not our rule. That's the company's rule. And those boogers are expensive. There's other travel insurance that says if you get sick on the trip, we'll make sure that you're taken care of. There's other kinds of things. If a flight gets delayed, if a flight gets canceled, they'll make up whatever difference if there's a difference in the plane cost. We've never had that on any of the trips that we've had, but that's something we'll send out to you that if you want to look at it, you can get that on your own. The company doesn't offer it. Obviously, Titusville High School doesn't offer it. Those things that you can look up to kind of see what things are happening there. Okay. And finally, there will be some visas that we have to get I guess the term is ETA,
Mhm.
electronic visa that we'll be getting, but that happens closer to it. Not a big deal. They're about $22. This says that we can go in and out of their countries. England has it set up right now. I guess the European Union has been trying to set it up for years, still hasn't done it. So we'll see what happens by the time it gets there or not. Those are small details, easy things to take care of, but just so that we're aware. And then I won't know the luggage situation until we actually find out what airline that we're going on to. But usually the international flights allow a suitcase.
Yeah, and one check bag. Usually.
One check bag and then a carry-on. Just so that we're kind of have that in the back of our heads, though those things are happening. Let me see, make sure that I didn't miss anything off of what else I needed to do. That is, yeah, that's kind of everything that I wanted to go over with you guys. For you that you had any questions about it. Sorry. So now we can turn it into question time. Things that you want to know about, all that kind of stuff. And let me do this. If you want to stay for the questions, you are more than welcome to. If you're like, man, I got to get home. My favorite show is getting ready to start. I get it. So let me throw this up here.
There you go.
This QR code will take you to everything we just talked about. If you'd like to scan that, that gives you all that information. All right, questions?
If we go, or we gotta get the euros or going to the American dollar.
So, I recommend a card. Most of the places, especially in London, is cashless at this point. You can exchange cash, but talk about UK versus Europe, you
Yeah.
would need to have both
Yeah.
currencies, both the euro and the British pound. You may, if you're going on the trip, start thinking about looking at the currency exchange right now, and if it's in a good spot. The dollar has been strong, you might wanna trade it earlier than.
So, two important questions. First one, this one's been going around, seniors from this year will be allowed to go.
They are, because it's going through the boosters, our boosters, all the money's going through them. So it is a school trip. But you are allowed to go. But what we've been telling all the seniors is this: a lot of you are going to college. And you may be looking at, and your spring break might not even line up with our spring break. And so now you're having to miss a week of school on top of the fact that you're paying a lot of money for that freshman year in college. So yes, you are allowed to go. We're just going to counsel you, please think about it very, very carefully, because you may get halfway through paying this trip, realize you really don't want to go or can't go. We can't give you your money back at that point.
And the second one, if this trip does get canceled, is there to be another one, like a cheaper one, but in its place?
Good question. No idea. We'll talk about it on October 16th. I mean, being honest,
Yeah.
I only have capacity for one trip at a time. So, all right. Yes, ma'am. What is their call? I don't know. Just on the phone with him. Is it American Heritage? Is that right? Right. I did too. Chris Meeker is the guy. He's been our travel guy since, really since 1999. And he's done a trip with us every 2 years except during COVID time. So I don't remember the name of the company right off the top of my head. I should, but to me, it's Chris. I just call Chris on the phone, but he's super trusted. They're out in Arizona. They've been great for us for every trip we've ever done. Yes, ma'am. 35. If we have 35 people, you and Mr. Rohr are going to have a good time. Because there's only so many people, only so many teachers can go, but the more people we get, the more teachers will go as well. Yes. What else? Good question so far. What else do we not talk about? Oh, you know what? Something I didn't talk about. I don't need to necessarily because we're still a ways. We'll talk about it again. Please understand that if you go on this trip and you turned 18, yes, the legal drinking age is over in London and Paris is 18. Are you allowed to drink? No, absolutely not. You will be held to the same standard that you are at school. It's like you're on a school trip. Parents, please have that talk with your kids to not be dumb. Because if your kid gets over the top of dumb, here's what happens. I get in a cab with your kid. I go to nearest airport. I leave at the airport, and then you're responsible to get home. We just can't play that game. It's not fair to everybody else. It's just not right. We're not getting everybody else's trip ruined because your kid is dumb. And no kids are dumb, but some kids act super dumb. So please impress upon them, don't act dumb, right? Otherwise, it gets bad news. I've never, ever had to do that. Never has that ever come up. But I always tell people that ahead of time, just so people are aware, right? Okay, what else do y'all want to know? Yes, sir. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am.
Can you go over chaperone responsibilities for parents who don't know?
Yes. So chaperones. What'll happen is we're going to take the groups and split up. We shoot for 4, but this might be a little bit different since there's only 2 to a room. Basically, you, chaperone, are going to be in charge of 4 students. You go everywhere with those students. If the students are in their hotel room and they want ice, they're going to call your room or text you on the phone or however it works, and you're going to walk to their room, walk them to get ice. You're going to walk them back and deposit them in the room and shut the door. That's just, well, that's true. It's here. There's no ice. What am I doing? But you're right. So, but it is one of those things. Students are never on any trip do we ever say, hey guys, it's now 1 o'clock. We'll see you at 3 o'clock. Have a good time. That does not exist on these trips. We may say it is now 1 o'clock. We'll see you at 3 o'clock. Chaperones take your group and you guys move as you want to. But that is something you stay with them the whole time. I understand that your child is super mature and they can handle themselves just fine. Some students aren't. We do that for 2 reasons. Number one, it helps protect the students in 2 ways. Number one, students aren't going to do something that they maybe shouldn't do overseas because a parent is going to be there going, let's not do that, guys. Number 2, it protects your students because nobody's going to accuse your student of doing something they shouldn't have done. Oh, did you hear that Johnny was down there doing? No, they weren't. They were with the chaperone the whole time. Oh, okay. I guess they weren't. So you're protecting your kids in 2 ways. Our kids were out. They were out running around the hotel. No, they weren't. They don't even have keys to their room. The chaperone had the keys the whole time. The chaperone took him into the room, took him out of the room. We just do that kind of stuff. We try to split it up. And we're talking about this one yet, whether we're going to change this up this year, but we try to do it where every chaperone takes a 2-hour 2-hour shifts at some point in the evening to walk the floors to check on kids. So I would sign up to go 2 to 4 in the morning. I'm going to go to my room. I'm going to sleep until 1:55, 1:57. My alarm goes off. I get up. I walk over. I meet another chaperone designated spot. Here's the list of all of our rooms. And the chaperone. Now that chaperone goes to bed. I'm going to walk the halls, find a place to sit, get a little bit comfortable, and just make sure the kids are not disturbing other people. But again, protecting our kids too, that no one's going to accuse them of doing anything. Over the years, we've got so many letters back from hotels saying, thank you for coming to our hotel. You're the best behaved group we've ever had. That's not by accident. That's great parents, and that is putting structures in place to make sure that happens. We're going to look and see if we can modify that a little bit this year and make it not quite so strenuous, but that is what we do. Again, the number one goal of this trip is that every single kid comes back in the same condition they left it, right? So that's the number one. Number 2, have a great time. Yay! But number 1, everybody comes back safe. Everybody comes back in the way they are without anybody getting in trouble. So thank you. Good point. Is there anything I'm leaving out? Those are the big things. And as we get closer, we can talk about more logistics. There are some times that Mr. Rohr will have 4 people. I'll have 4 people in my groups pretending that we're chaperones. I may have a particular girl that's getting sweet on one of his particular guys, and she would like to hang out with this group as long as Mr. Rohr and I talk to each other. We say, is this okay? Mr. Rohr takes, and she becomes part of his group. So we do allow the students to switch groups a little bit as long as the chaperones are talking to each other. And sometimes it may be that our 2 groups are really best friends. So Mr. Rohr and I just hang out together, and all of our kids hang out together. And we do everything together. But there's never that moment of, hey guys, have a good time. We'll see you later. That just doesn't exist. And seniors, even though you'll be graduated freshman in college, it doesn't exist for you either. You're still going back to a student, and it goes the same way. Not because we don't trust you, not because you're not adults, But it's because if people see you doing it, they're gonna want to do it too. And we gotta treat everybody the same way. Good questions. Woo, what else? Yes, sir.
Do we go into any more standards with Brevard County when it comes to chaperone? Would there be a 9 days, 9 nights, or?
It's gonna be, everybody has to be fingerprinted, and everybody has to go to the background check through Brevard County, and then they check all that stuff. But you'll have to do it next year. If you do it now, it expires this summer. So if you're gonna do that, you'd have to do that in the fall. And again, whoever signed up, we'll go over that information again. You can do it now, but you have to renew next year.
Right now, I love.
Yeah, that is an online renewal thing.
If you do it now, it's still free,
Is it still going free?
for limited time.
They've been saying limited time for like since COVID, they've been saying limited time. True. Oh, listen, I don't know if it's gonna stay free. If you want to do it now,
And then you only pay the $8 renewal fee instead of the like $40 or $50 that it's gonna cost you to get fingerprinted.
so it's an online start to the process. If you're not currently a chaperone, it's an online process to start. Then you do have to drive to the school board where they can fingerprint you and take your picture and do all that kind of stuff. Do the background check, but there is a trip to Brevard County if you're not a chaperone currently. All right, what other questions? Yes.
Actually, just a quick statement, unless something has changed, there is a 3% fee on Booster Hub, so your
4150 includes that 3% fee.
includes that?
We got it.
Okay.
That is there. No, you're right. You're 100% right. But again, Robert's on it, man. So Robert's like, Robert fixed it right away. So that's taken care of. But thank you.
Yeah.
That is taken care of. 4150 is everything that's going to come out of your credit card.
Let me,
Go ahead, Robert.
so real quick, so your deposit, your $400 deposit will be in Booster Hub in the store. So you will pick it just like you do a T-shirt or a magnet or whatever, and you'll pay your initial deposit as an item from the store. Okay? Then after that, once you're signed up, we've confirmed we have the minimum number of people and we say it's a go. Then your payment plan will be assigned to you where it'll bill like fall and spring fees and stuff as an invoice. So, but the initial deposit will be an item you have to pick in the store. And you have to pick your quantity. If a student and chaperone, or maybe 2 students or 2 chaperones and a student, you have to pick your quantity and you'll have to do it that way. Okay, so, and any questions, you can always reach out to us, so.
And so here's the website that you'll go to. And then right here is the store link. You just click on the store link. It's not there today, but it'll be there by Friday. And so you would see an item in here that says,
Europe trip.
Europe trip 2027 or whatever it is, and then Europe trip deposit.
Yeah.
Click on it, and that's where you would pay it.
And we talked about Booster Hub and stuff, but carriersound.com takes you to the Booster Hub, if you will, or the website, and you can get to the store from carriersound.com.
All right, and I'll put that right here. Yeah, go ahead.
Question over here. Cool.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Before you leave tonight, let's do it. So anybody that has 8th graders, current 8th graders, see us tonight. We'll have computers up here. We'll start entering you right away. So we can make sure we get that taken care of. Yes, ma'am.
Why does that mean that each of the parents for kids? So meaning one of the parents is gonna have their kid and another parent will have to supervise some other kids?
I'm gonna say, your immediate answer is yes.
Okay.
However, we've always had more chaperones. So we've been able to work some things out and make some things happen. But yes, there might be some of those kind of things that happen.
How would we know this before signing up? If the date is October 15th.
I won't know that because I don't know how many kids are gonna sign up. I don't know how many parents are gonna sign up, but we can talk. If you email me that, I can remember say, hey, here's what we see on October 15th, just let you know. And sometimes it is that parent, the parent who isn't with their own child, has 4 kids. They may find a way to work that out with another chaperone and farm those kids out and bring them back and do that kind of stuff. We're gonna be doing enough stuff together. There's not a whole lot of freak that I would think they would still have time to hang out and be together.
Mhm.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna be issued with a non-US passport with green card.
It's, I don't know. In all honesty, I don't know, but I cannot imagine it would be, because it's gonna be like everything else. We're not getting we're not getting any special treatment to go through customs or anything else. We're gonna pass through like everybody else does. I don't know. That might be a question. Yeah, so we'll find that, that might be something, I'm sorry, that might be something you have to research, because I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how that stuff works. Robert?
The other part, when he talked about if your passport expires after the trip, they will not let you use your passport if it's expiring within 6 months of the end of the trip. So that's not just something we're saying, that's a federal government thing. So if the trip's in March and your passport expires like August, you can't use it for the trip.
Oh, it's not even federal law.
Yeah.
It's world.
It's, yeah, so worldwide.
Europe, it's the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you look at it, expires in 2027, just renew it now. All right, what else? Good questions. Yes, ma'am.
What do we click to get to that itinerary that you have? Because when you click sample itinerary, it just opens.
Doesn't pop up.
I did the wrong one. I'll change the link. I'll change the link. Yeah, you're right. You're right, because I did it too, and it's one of Ms. Zahn's flyers that she made. You're right. I will edit that right now.
They're all that hate the fact, right?
To go on the trip.
Yeah, so like if they're wilding out at school, y'all aren't gonna let them go across.
I believe there's a BPS policy
Okay.
that talks about a certain grade point average before going on a field trip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I think you have below a 2.0. That's.
You know, and we'll do some research on that, because this is a BPS,
Yeah.
but it's not, because we're going through booster hub, and it's co-curricular, so that makes it a little bit different. So we'll see what that, if you're doing it with the sports team, 2.0. But because we're co-curricular, things get a little bit different. This is part of a class.
All this gonna go something now.
Yes. Yep. What else? Good questions?
Can we get barcode?
Yes, ma'am. All right, anything else?
Will the link be in the Sunday email?
Yeah, it'll be in the weekly email as well, all that stuff. And part of the reason I set all this up is to record the meeting. It just got live streamed on YouTube. I'll put a link to that. YouTube link will be in the thing that's there. I just haven't put it there yet, but I'll put it in there when it's the. Yeah, yes.
Like the area where you're visit, they will join in, or at least come say hi.
100% come say hi. If they want to have a meal with us, it might be that they would need to, we'll go to a restaurant, then they would need to purchase their own food. They can sit with us. Yeah, all that stuff's open in that way. Absolutely. Yeah, be great. Love to see him. Shoo-wee. Good question. How much pocket money? Okay, so you're gonna eat. Sorry, go ahead.
You're talking about two different currencies. I mean, think about that in London, things are gonna be about £20 a meal-ish, which is probably 25 to 30 bucks. France is gonna be slightly cheaper than that, because the euro is cheaper than the British pound. Say like 15 to 20 per meal. As long as it has no transaction fees, you'll be safe.
Are
Yeah.
they going there for war, or are they going there for fun? 'Cause
Well-
I haven't heard anything about a tournament.
No, that's gonna depend on how many people sign up and what instrumentation looks like and what that happens. So we won't know until October 15th. No matter what, we're going to a Broadway musical, but it's not Broadway, it's a West End musical. And we're going to see a performance, and then there is gonna be a clinic of some sort. We don't know exactly what it's gonna look like until we see who's there.
Yeah.
So there will be some musical things happening, but not necessarily a full-on performance unless everything works out just right. All right, well, guys, that's what I have for my presentation. If I'm not forgetting anything. Anything else? Thank you all so much for coming. We'll be up here to answer questions as you need it. Thank you all for coming.
Yeah, so it's not, it's okay. But if you,